I weighed 420 pounds, and this is day 5 of losing it. I want to do a video today, a little bit about who I am, what my health problems are, and why I'm finally deciding to make this change. So right now, I went to a doctor, and I'm looking at getting bariatric surgery in 6 months. And these are the reasons why. About 5 years ago, I lost my job during COVID. A lot of people had that happen to them. It's not really what made me sick, but it's where my life started to change. Instead of going to work every day in the morning and having a physically active job, I started staying at home. Ended up eventually being mostly a stay-at-home dad as my wife took up the slack and found a way to make money with her being the primary money maker. That's a story for a different day, but I started staying at home more, watching TV more, sitting on the couch more, sleeping on the couch. One day I woke up after taking a nap on the couch. Back was absolutely killing me. Couldn't stand up. Ended up getting on the floor, hoping that laying on the floor for a little while would help it. And it did not help. I could not get off the floor. Probably took me well over an hour to crawl back up to the couch and just get back in a sitting position. And from that day, I've been dealing with severe back pain. Now, over time, my back pain has gotten a lot better. It almost doesn't ruin my life anymore, but it's still a struggle. So I dealt with, that was just before Halloween that happened in 2023. Right now it's 2025, also just before Halloween. So I guess it's been a little over 2 years that I've been dealing with this back pain. And that winter, I took a job, a work from home job on my computer. I started in late January, and I got sick about the same time that I started the job. And it felt like a flu. Could have been COVID, could have been pneumonia. I don't know. I was hard-headed and I didn't want to go to the doctor, so I toughed it out and just drank a whole lot of Dayquil and Aleve. And 4 months later, I'm still coughing constantly and just barely getting over it. And I finally get a doctor appointment in around June. At that point, there's not really anything doctors can do for me or figure out what I got sick from, because my sickness was months earlier and I was still suffering from symptoms from it, just getting over it. So, but that got me into the doctor, and the doctor started looking at things and trying to figure out what's wrong with me. She ordered a whole lot of tests, looking at things like COPD, checking on my lungs, a whole lot of other stuff, various blood work. And in the course of that, I found I was having low blood oxygen level all the time. Just sitting, doing nothing, my oxygen level was floating around 90. And if I get up and walk, go upstairs, try to cross my driveway, it'd be dropping into the low 80s, even into the 70s. So I got an oxygen monitoring device that I'd wear, basically a ring, and it records it every second and leaves it on a chart so I can look at it. And I ended up wearing it at night because it's actually for detecting sleep apnea and giving you an alert. Well, I found out accidentally that I also have sleep apnea. So I brought that up to the doctor, got me a test, went into the hospital, did a sleep study. I have severe sleep apnea. It's not a surprise because at my weight, a lot of people at this kind of weight's going to have sleep apnea. Uh, so I got a CPAP, actually a BiPAP machine. Been using it and it helps a lot. Now after that, let's see, where are we going? I got a little bullet point list back in your room. Thank you. Well, with the back pain and getting sick, did something to my lungs, just made it really hard to breathe and just get tired real fast and easy. Got the low oxygen, and with the back pain, it's a real struggle to stand or walk for more than 10 minutes. After around 5 minutes, like, I'm starting to hurt. I need to lean on things, and I want to sit down. After 10 minutes or more, I'm really starting to hurt. And if I force myself to go beyond that, I'm going to be in pain all day and next day, and it's just bad. So doctor got me into physical therapy for my back, and it's starting to get better. Also got me on some medication for my lungs, trying to heal it and get it better, and it is improving. I got the sleep apnea. I got on using that all night, and it's helping a lot. Well, one of the things that happened because of my lung sickness, whether it was pneumonia or COVID or something else, I don't know yet, I was coughing so often and so hard that I got a hernia from coughing. I blew out my belly button. Now half my belly button's sticking out, and it's from coughing so hard. And luckily that stage of the sickness is over, and I don't cough like I used to, but I still cough a little. When I showed the doctor the hernia, I actually didn't tell her about it until I've had it for almost 9 months, because I kept thinking it would get better on its own. And eventually I found somebody else who had hernia surgery, and they told me it cannot get better on its own, that the only thing to do about it is to get surgery. So I finally told the doctor that I had a hernia. She looked at it and was like, "Yep, you got a hernia." Sent me to a doctor to look into surgery. She ordered a CT scan to see how bad it was, but she told me I just weigh too much to have surgery right now, that if it gets a lot worse and gets dangerous and I have to go to the emergency room, then maybe they'll take care of it there. But for now, my BMI is like around 55, 54, 56, something in that ballpark. And she wants it under 45, or ideally under 40. And that's a long ways off. I'm going to have to lose a lot of weight to meet that goal. But I did the CT scan. CT scan showed how big the hernia was. Also discovered some other things. I got something going on with my liver. It's probably fatty liver disease. Got something going on with my kidney. One of them is atrophied, and it's a lot smaller than the other side, so I'm guessing it's just not working as much. So my right kidney is doing most of the work. Probably means I need to go on lower salt. I don't know, we'll talk about that later. I also did a whole lot of blood work. Oh, no. I'm getting ahead of myself. The doctor who looked at me for the hernia told me I need to lose a lot of weight in order to get a hernia repair surgery. She referred me to bariatric care, so I got a doctor appointment with them. So seeing the bariatric surgeon, he wants me to get to 385 or lower before we do any type of bariatric surgery. So he ordered a lot of blood work to look at everything about me, what's going on. and they discovered I got a severe vitamin D deficiency. So, I'm in their program now with hoping to have surgery in 6 months if I can get my weight down to 385 or lower in 6 months. And they've also ordered me to go to a different part of the, not the surgery side, but the lifestyle and medicine, shot, pill side of, and dietitian side of the bariatric stuff, where I'll be going to those appointments soon. I've not been there yet, but well, I guess that's where I'm at right now. Is I can't really get any more help until I lose weight. So about a week ago, I weighed 420 pounds, and I've lost about 10 pounds in a week. I don't think I will keep on losing 10 pounds every week. I think it's probably mostly water weight or something. I don't know. I haven't really been starving myself or doing insane exercises. They've asked me to do 3 30-minute workouts a week. They said it doesn't have to be one solid 30-minute block. It can be 3 10-minute workouts, 2 15s, whatever. So I've been playing this video game we have on the Nintendo Switch. It's called Ring Fit. You got a big ring controller. You squeeze it a lot, pull it out. It's all motion control stuff. You put one of the controllers in your pocket or strap it to your leg, and you can run in place, jog in place, do squats, do various exercises with this big resistance ring. It takes a lot of effort to push in or pull it out. So that makes exercising fun. It's more like playing a game. My kids love the game. So I've been trying to put in time on that. You actually can work up a sweat on it. I've also been walking, easy stuff, but it's better than nothing. So I've been doing a daily 30-minute workout, and I've been using this app to track what I eat. It's called MyNet Diary. And the reason why I like it is because it's got a easy feature in it where you just take a photo of your dinner plate, and then you can tell it what you're eating, or just let this little AI thing just figure it out. And most of the time it gets it right, but you can edit it if it gets it wrong. But say you're having steak and potatoes and a salad, just take a picture of it, and it can estimate how much steak you have. Like, is it 8 ounces, 12 ounces, 4 ounces? And same thing with the salad, whatever, everything you're eating. And they'll put it all on your log, and they'll make a pie chart and a graph, how much protein you're getting, how much fat, how much fiber, and you can set your goals, what you want. If I'm targeting 90 grams of protein, throughout the day, I'd take a picture of breakfast, lunch, dinner, any snacks I have, and see if I'm getting my protein goal for the day, or make sure I don't have too much fat or too much carbs. So if whatever I have for breakfast and lunch, I see like I've already had 100% of my carb limit for the day, then at dinner time, no carbs. Anyhow, it's helping me. Might work for other people. I'd give it a try if you don't have anything yet. Let's see, another thing I've been using is I got a smart scale. You don't really need a smart one, but I like it because it automatically connects to my phone, and it keeps a chart so I can see my progress over time. A nice little graph. It's about $50 for the scale. You've seen it in all the short videos if you watch any of them. So I've been using it every day, actually a couple times a day, usually in the morning, usually right before a meal. I've probably been doing it 3 times a day. Anyhow, seeing that graph slowly going down is encouraging, seeing some progress. Honestly, I'm surprised I've lost 10 pounds in a week. Like I said, I don't think that's sustainable over the long term, but it's a nice start. I don't know. I guess I'm about out of words right now. Maybe another video I can tell more about who I am, my past, what I do, maybe introduce the family, maybe review some gadgets. I don't know. I got an Apple Watch. There's a million reviews about them. You don't need me to review it, but it's been pretty handy. All the health tracking features that it has. I'm sure it can help somebody, but really being able to have things written down and recorded and on a graph so that you can see whether things are going up, down, or staying the same. And it's automated on your phone. It makes it a lot easier to record it and look at it. And I don't know, maybe I can do more videos on that type of stuff. Give me ideas what you'd like to see me do. I don't want to start telling people what they should eat or telling them what kind of exercises to do. But I think at 420 pounds, I'm the opposite of an expert on giving health advice. I need the advice, so well, I got 6 months to lose another 25 pounds or so. Yeah, I think 25 pounds. And I gotta be honest, I'm getting a little bit second thoughts, a little bit afraid of the idea of the surgery. There's several types of bariatric surgery they can do. There's a bypass, there's a sleeve gastrostomy. That's probably the wrong word. They got one. Let's see. Well, if you need to find out, go look at a video about what types of bariatric surgery there is, but doctor suggested I have one of the most invasive ones. It had a really long name, ended in like a dual switch, a DS surgery. One of the consequences of getting this type of surgery is you have to be on vitamins for the rest of your life. But these aren't regular over-the-counter multivitamins. These are a lot higher dose and a lot more easily digestible by your body, because one of the consequences of the surgery is malabsorption, which is your intestines absorb a lot less nutrients because you're using a lot less of your intestine. If your intestines are 25 foot long, they're going to bypass like 15 or 20 feet of it so that you only have around 10 feet of intestine. So you're, able to absorb a lot less of the nutrition. Also, it shrinks the size of your stomach, so you eat less. Makes sense. If you have a smaller stomach, you feel full quickly, and if you're at 420 pounds, you've probably been overeating this whole time. So having a smaller stomach makes a lot of sense. You can't eat as much. And having a shorter digestive tract, you cannot absorb as many calories. But the side effect is you can also get malnourished. You can start losing a lot of muscle mass, and you gotta eat more protein, and you gotta take these vitamin supplements. And consequences of eating too much carbs or sugar after having this surgery is something called dumping syndrome. And it sounds like it's pretty severe diarrhea with a lot of other stuff that's even worse than diarrhea. I don't know. It's just got me worried of, I'm thinking if I can get down to 385, if I can lose 35 pounds in 6 months, if I keep doing what I'm doing to get to 385, maybe I can lose another 35 pounds in another 6 months and get down to 350 by next year. And then if I keep doing it, get down to 310 in a year and a half. Keep doing it, get down to like 280 in 2 years. Keep doing it, maybe I get down to 250 in 2.5, 3 years. But I think I needed this, all these health problems coming up now. You know, it's hard to put my shoes on. It's hard to put my socks on. And there's a point where you're so big that everything is just difficult to do. Just walking into a building and having to stop and catch your breath before you talk to anybody. I'm sure everybody that weighs a lot, you've gone through this stuff and you feel it. It's not fun. It's embarrassing a lot of the times. But, I've gotten to the point where this is just hurting my life so much that it's time to change things. I don't know. I'd love to hear what you all think. Any advice, encouragement. I don't know. I'm just trying to give my thoughts on the stuff, how I feel, what I'm thinking about it, what I'm going through. Maybe it'll help somebody else who, maybe you weigh 250 and you're realizing you got to start changing. Well, I remember when I weighed 250 and I was a lot better off then than I am now. Right now, I'm at a point in life where getting back to 250 pounds would be a miracle. But I got to make that miracle happen, because at the end of the day, I got 5 kids and a wife, and life expectancy as somebody over 400 pounds is, I'm 40. I'd be lucky to make it to 60 at 400 pounds. Probably 50 or 55 if we're being honest. I don't want to check out on my kids while they're still teenagers. I want to be here until they have kids, and that's not going to happen if I don't lose some weight. So, obviously I'm not a YouTuber. I don't really know how to talk well on camera or even look at the camera. I don't know how to end the video, so apologize for all that. I'm really just trying to use this YouTube channel as sort of a diary to myself, just document my experience, and something to help keep me accountable. Try to keep doing daily weigh-ins, using the app to take pictures of my food. These things, it's not necessarily that the app is going to make me lose weight. It's just the daily act of going through the process is making me think about what I'm eating more. And, there's a saying I used to hear is, you improve what you measure. So just the act of measuring these things is going to make me start improving it. So that's mostly it. I don't have really big goals for this channel to be a big channel, but I'm doing it because it helps me keep myself accountable. And, I got to. At this point, my health is it's getting terrible now, and it's really starting to go downhill, and I don't want that. And I got to make these changes now, so I got to do everything I can. And I really hope that in 6 months into the future that I've lost so much weight and made enough lifestyle changes that the doctor tells me, you know what, maybe you don't need surgery, just keep doing what you're doing. Or I might be delusional and maybe that's the only thing that's going to save me. I don't know. Well, let me know what you think. Have a good day. Bye.